Good morning. Good morning. A little louder? Thank you. I said a little louder. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to this place of peace, justice, and hope. In this Unitarian Universalist congregation, we affirm that no matter who you are, whom you love, or where you are on your journey, you are welcome here. For those of you joining us online, we are so glad you're with us. If you are visiting with us today, we do invite you to sign our visitor's book back at the desk in the living room. And if you'd like to join us for coffee hour downstairs, we would very much greet you if you would like. Feel free to take a green mug so that we can greet you. Or if you don't want to be greeted, don't take the green mug, take another color. But we will greet you anyway, probably. Also, members and friends, to help folks connect, please remember to wear your name tags with your pronoun stickers. If you need a new name tag, please see the person again at the desk in the living room. I'm Julia Beckman. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm pleased to be with you today as your worship associate. We do recognize that individuals of all ages and abilities have different needs during the service. In the living room at the back of the sanctuary, we provide a cart of fidgets and drawing supplies. If at any point you feel the need for movement, please feel free to get up and grab a fidget and engage in drawing or whatever you'd like to do. May you each know you are welcome in this house of peace, and may our worship and fellowship this morning touch your heart, mind, and spirit. Our music today will be provided by our inimitable music director, Jamie Passman. Is that good? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And our services will be led by our intern minister, Swamini Saraswati. We welcome her today. So, there's always a lot going on around the church, and today is no exception. This week is no exception. You can read all about it in News and Notes, which arrives in your inbox every Friday, and there are printed copies available downstairs If you would like to receive news and notes, stop by that same welcome table in the living room at the back of the church and sign up for it. There's several announcements today. We invite you to be part of the new UCH Sacred Resistance Initiative. Together, we're creating a movement dedicated to defending democratic pillars against authoritarianism through a threefold strategy of educating the congregation, equipping members with practical resistance tools, and executing coordinated social action. By fostering active hope and intersectional collaboration, that's hard to say, intersectional collaboration, the initiative seeks to transform Unitarian Universalist values into a unified force for a liberated, pluralistic society. Please see news and notes or click on the QR code on the website to know more. So let's talk birthday kits. You heard all about them a week or two ago. The children have this wonderful idea. Last week, some of our wonderful children announced that we'll be collecting the essentials for helping kids from families that can't afford to celebrate their birthdays. And the kids want me to remind you that we could use your donations. Cake mixes, canned frosting, birthday signs, hats, and other fixings for a beautiful celebration. Maybe some candles too. They'll be collecting donations for the next 2 weeks. That's today and next week, correct? Am I right? Okay. Easter, next week would be the last. So please consider helping out in this very worthy cause by placing your donated birthday party essentials into the box right over there in front of me. Are you ready to make social change now? Yes. Join us. Here we are. This is Swamini's event. Join us this coming Saturday, April 4th, for a fantastic, interactive, and energizing workshop offered by Swamini and Marian Honel Wilson and inspired by the UUA Common Read, Social Change Now, which we are all being encouraged to read in the next couple of months. Get ready to learn about your unique social change personality types. That would be interesting. I'd like to know what mine is. And how your collective strengths can combine for meaningful actions. Together, we will learn, reflect, collaborate, and explore special roles we can play and support whomever we are, whatever our ages or abilities, for vibrant social movements. Register at the desk, again, in the living room, or let Swamini know that you'll be there after the services, because she'll be here. Again, this Saturday, April 4th, from 1 to 4:30, here in the church or in the other building? In the other building, in the Joshi. And get this, refreshments will be served. So why would you not want to be here to learn how to be working for social change, for sure. I'm certainly going to try to be here. All right, a meditative moment.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful to see all of your wonderful faces today. I need to bottle up this moment of being together. Oh, I was listening to a TED Talk by a motivational speaker and author named Ryan Lowe. He gave a TED Talk about smiling. How it can make you healthier, how it can build endorphins almost immediately. So I thought today, for our time of just gentle reflection and a meditative moment, let's try something that he suggested. Is everyone game? Find that, okay. Now, remembering what I said, because I'm a neuroscience nerd, and there's neuroscience to back this up, I invite you can't hear me very well. How's this? Is that better? Maybe Alex could turn it up a little bit so I don't break my back leaning over. So I invite you, if you're not already, to smile. And now feel that smile inside your mouth, inside your mouth. Feel that smile creeping up to your eyes, and let your eyes smile. You can let yourself close your eyes, or you can just let your gaze go soft. And hold that smile as those endorphins build for 15 seconds with me. 15 seconds. You can breathe and smile. Yeah. And now hold on to that beautiful smile and open your eyes. And I invite you to look at the person sitting next to you. And if there's no one next to you, behind you. And look at each other and say, smile. And say, what a beautiful smile that you have. Just say, you can do it. Look at each other and just say, you have a beautiful smile. Yeah.
I want to say that to Jet Pig.
Jet Pig, you have a beautiful smile. Does that feel kind of nice? You have beautiful smiles. May your day be a smile, a peaceful day, the rest of the day, and may you bring that to our beautiful world. Oh, amen.
I'd like to welcome Logan to do our chalice lighting for the day. Here's the, I'm sure you can do it. We light this chalice with the beautiful words of Rumi, who said, "Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." And thank you, Logan. Beautifully done. Yes. Now, our opening hymn is "May You Be Filled with Loving Kindness."
1031.
Thank you. 1031. It starts out, "May I be filled." The second verse is, "May you be filled." The third verse is, "May we be filled." Ready? Please rise.
1, 2, 3.
Good morning. I'd like to invite the young and young at heart to come up. And before we start, I just want CJ to hold up our little baby jet pig. Look what he got this weekend. Wait, turn him around. Yeah, thank you to our special friend Karen who made him wings. Leaf pig? If you were you here when I read this story? He has leaf wings. So, thank you, Karen, wherever you are. I don't see you. Thank you. She's back there. So today's service is all about loving kindness. And so I have this book, and the pictures aren't really super important because this book is sort of like a meditation. So if you want to get comfortable, however that feels for you, that's okay. It's all right. Okay. So we're going to get in a comfy position. Place your hands on your legs or your lap. Keep your eyes slightly open. And we're going to take 2 deep breaths through our nose. Let your body begin to relax. And think of someone that you love very much. You can send love to your pet or your teddy bear or to someone in your family. Breathe in and breathe out. Wish them good health, happiness, peace, and joy. Try to see their face in your mind. Imagine a warm light coming from your heart, carrying happiness to them. Take a deep breath in and out. Now think of someone who might be unhappy or hurt. Imagine how they must be feeling. Notice how that makes you feel. Think about what it feels like to experience their pain. Breathe in and breathe out. And send that light from your heart to people who you think might be hurting, wishing them good health, happiness, peace, and joy. Now place your hands on your heart. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, wish yourself good health, happiness, peace, and joy. Breathe in love and breathe out joy and send love to beings everywhere. From the birds to the fish to all people and all creatures, the ones you can see and the ones you can't, may all beings everywhere be at peace. Thank you for doing such a good job of sharing love. Please join in singing me and my friends. Wait, friends. We need to take all the birthday stuff. So everybody grab some. Okay. Now please join in singing me and my friends to the other building. Frankie, could you carry this? Thanks.
We're learning it. Many of us came to this church and Unitarian Universalism generally, in part because we seek community in which to grow and learn and live our values, because we find affirmation in service, because we recognize that what we do matters, what we say makes an impact, how we move and work in the world resonates throughout the fragile, resilient web of life. Our financial contributions to this congregation help write the stories that we want to tell to each other and to the world. We are so grateful for this and commit together to ensure the funds we gather collectively do a greater good for ourselves and our world. Now let there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. May we thereby write the story of love, gratitude, and hope. Please join in our offertory words. This church is made up of all of us. It is what we learn together, the work we do together, the fun we have together. It is what we share with one another, with people around us, and with the world. We now gratefully receive your contribution. Thank you in advance for your generosity.
So for today's, I'm gonna switch over. How's Alex? Are we switched over? There we go. So for today's joys and sorrows, I wanted to start with a joy. Yesterday, how many people were at the No Kings March yesterday? Yeah. Yesterday, I consulted Dr. Google, who said that maybe 12 million people showed up. Yeah. It's amazing what we can do together when we come together. Jamie was just saying, Julia were saying, God, the air smelled different. It smelled beautiful. We did that. Love did that. And I know we have a lot to be grateful for, and sometimes we have something weighing on our heart. So I'd like to invite anyone who would like to share your joy or your sorrow with the congregation to come up and drop a pebble in the water. You can maybe briefly say what you're dropping your pebble for. Brevity is always beautiful. If you could share a few words, or you can always drop your pebble in silence. So now I invite you, please come up. Let us be together. Kathy.
Thank you. I'm dropping a pebble this morning for a little girl that I passed at the march or protest yesterday, who was holding right up in front of her face a homemade sign that said, "Remember to be kind."
Thank you.
I'm Darren. The rally, march, protest, whatever you want to call it, was great. We had signs that said, "This message brought to you by the Unitarian Church of Hinsdale." And someone came up and said, "There's a Unitarian church in Hinsdale. I'm Unitarian. Just moved here from Boston." So hopefully we'll see her soon. The other joy I have is that after 4.5 years of not hearing from my incarcerated pen pal, she wrote me. So we are now back in connection. So that just really made my day when I got that letter. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan. I suppose the two worlds, church and poker, don't usually go together, but I want to thank Linda Rio for hosting an amazing, really fun event last night. And yeah, she was amazing. She made individually tailored pizzas for us, and we sat and played while we overlooked her beautiful view from her living room over a lake, and it was really special. So thank you, Linda.
Good morning. Okay, everyone, you can cheer. I got the job. So I want to thank you, everyone, for the positive vibes. I am so over the moon right now, and I start on April 13th, the Monday after my birthday. So here's the good things in 2026. Thank you.
A joy and a sorrow. I'm Tony. I attended the PFLAG panel on Friday. It was amazing and very inspirational, and came away with some real positives. On the sorrow side, I'm just thinking of a friend who's going through some struggles.
We drop these pebbles for all who are in pain right now, for all the places crying for peace, the peace we're all collectively working for. I drop these pebbles now in the name of togetherness on behalf of all of you, in love and appreciation for who you are. And now, let us raise our voices again and in meditative song. I don't know, where did we put the with breathe in, breathe out. Yeah. If everyone you can stay seated and think just of yourself breathing in and out as you sing this. Sometimes this song stays with me all day long. I find myself driving and breathing in and out to that song that keeps on going through my mind. And I find my life to be in such a good place because of it. So join us.
You can start with the drone, the breathe in, breathe out. Ready? Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe. And now the melody. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
microphone working okay. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me fine. I know I talk a little more quietly when I'm giving a meditative sermon. Next week, I'll be giving a loud one. So it will be on Easter, and it will be fun. And but if anyone is having trouble hearing, just raise your hand and let me know, and I will watch out for you. There's a special book, well, another special book. First of all, the one that Pam read, I don't know if you noticed who the author was of that meditative book. It was the Dalai Lama, this special little treasure. This book, I came to know about it when I was on a 3-month-long silent meditation retreat, 3 months of silence. And someone read from this book, which was written, it's poems written by the original nuns who traveled with the Buddha in the Buddha's time. It was hard for them to become nuns. At first, nobody wanted them. They're women, but they became strong, beautiful lights in their own right, and their words are still remembered to this day. So I'd like to read you a little treasure by a nun who they called Grandma Sumana. Grandma Sumana. After, she writes, after all those years looking after others, this old heart has finally learned to look after itself. Each act of kindness, a stitch in this warm blanket that now covers me as I sleep. So wrote Grandma Sumana over 1,600 years ago. Still relevant to this day. So when I was putting this sermon together, I thought of a couple of different things. One is just the good we do, how special that can be for each other, what a spark it is to make this world a better place. And I thought of all places, Malawi, Africa. You see, years ago, I was leading a human rights campaign in 5 African nations. I think I spoke about it once before. One of those nations was Malawi. Now, Malawi is a landlocked nation with a pretty lake, lots of foliage near that lake. In some places, not so much, more farmland and cities. It was one of the first places in Africa and in the world to be stricken by the AIDS pandemic. And when I was there, I visited households run by children because everyone was gone. And we were doing everything we could to help. So many people were trying to help, and so many people were holding each other up. And I felt really sad. But then one day, we were going into a rural area. We were driving through these nations, and we were on a very, very dusty road, in a pickup truck. There were a bunch of us in a caravan, and all of a sudden, a pickup truck, boom, went right in front of us, boom. And in the back of the pickup truck were standing maybe 10 or 12 ladies standing up in the back of the pickup truck that just went in front of us. The dust is rising up. It must be getting in their noses. I'm looking in bewilderment as they're going along this road, I right behind them. And then I noticed something amazing to me. I noticed, Julia, I noticed that these ladies were smiling. I noticed that these ladies were singing. They were singing. They were smiling. It is dusty. It is hot. They are smiling. And I had never seen anything like it before. Never. And so finally, after some time, we stop at a farm. We all get out of our vehicles, and the ladies are there. They're dressed so beautifully, rural ladies. And I went up to them and I asked through a translator, why do you seem so happy? What is your magic juice? I want some. And they told me this story, this beautiful story. They said, we weren't always happy. We weren't always happy. You see, just like so many women in this world, millions and millions of women in this world, they didn't have access to water. And to get that water, they would have to walk 3 hours, including up a mountain, to get that water that they would carry on their heads down the mountain another 3 hours, while their children were playing alone unattended. That water on their head weighs 40 pounds on average, which is about the weight of your check-in luggage. And it is not good for the neck. So they are walking painfully back and forth every day, and that's all the water they get for bathing, for cooking, for water, for drinking, if they have a little, other need, that's it. That one jug, day after day. Their lives were basically miserable because of the lack of water. And so they came to the charity that I was working for, and they said, can you please give us a pipeline going to our village from the top of this mountain so we don't have to live like this? And the charity said, yes, we'll do that for you. Absolutely, you deserve it. You all need water. We will help you. And we will also build spigots for every single village on the way. But, this is going to help thousands of people. And, we want you to be in charge. We're going to train you. You're going to be in charge of maintaining it all. You're going to help us to build it if you so care to do so. And we will teach you how to make money from this water, because you will have water to make money from. And so they were trained, and so they built the pipeline, and so the water came. And so they learned how to make their own little gardens where they grew fruits and vegetables that they learned how to sell on the roadside or in the market. And they started making money as a collaborative together. And they started making a good amount of money because things were flourishing in that beautiful soil. And I thought, that's a great story. That must be why they're so happy. But no, there's more. There's more. They said, with that money, we adopted almost 300 AIDS orphans. And we paid for them to go to school. And we paid for their uniforms and textbooks. And now these kids have a bright future ahead. Now these kids have a bright future ahead. They're probably in their 20s now, those kids. I'd love to know about their bright futures, and I'm sure they are. Beautiful. Because of those acts of kindness, which made those ladies, they told me, which made those ladies the happiest ladies in Malawi. The happiest ladies in Malawi when we give. Author and meditation teacher Tara Brach says, compassion can be described as letting ourselves be touched by the vulnerability and the suffering that is within ourselves and all beings. The full flowering of compassion also includes action, like the actions of the ladies. Not only do we attune to the presence of suffering, she says, we respond to it. We respond to it. So, happy people. If you do a brief Google search on the happiest man in the world, Google, I like Google. I can't help but liking Google. When I was in journalism in the 90s, I used to have to spend days in the microfiche rooms. I love Google. So if you Google the happiest man in the world, a name will come up. Try it. It's a Buddhist monk from France named Mathieu Ricard, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. My apologies. He always appears at the top when I try. And he earned the nickname of the world's happiest man in the most interesting way. It was the result of a 12-year-long brain study of monks and other test subjects who meditated. So they were given an MRI quite often to see how the emotional centers, or fMRI I should say, to see how the emotional centers of their brains acted and reacted. And on analyzing the results of all these people, everyday people like you and me and monks like himself, they said, you must be the happiest man in the world because all of your pleasure centers, all your happiness centers in your brain are lit up like a Christmas tree. They're lit up like a Christmas tree. So he was asked, just like I asked the ladies in Malawi, what makes you so happy? How do you do it? We want some of that juice. And he responded. He responded by saying something that touches me deeply. Every day he meditates on altruism and compassion as a spiritual practice. And he performs acts of giving and altruism on a regular basis as a spiritual practice. Here's why, he said in an interview. He said, me, all day long is very stuffy. And it's quite miserable. It's quite miserable because you instrumentalize the whole world as either a threat or as a potential source of interest for yourself. If you want to be happy, he says, you should strive to be benevolent, which will not only make you feel better, but it will also make people like you better, he said. In other words, by meditating on compassion and doing compassionate things, we can create an alchemy. Getting back to neuroscience, within our own minds, we can actually create an alchemy that you can see. For it is said, what we focused on the most in neuroscience terms becomes the patterns of our future thoughts, of our future actions and deeds, of our relationships. They say what fires together neurologically wires together. If we live compassionately, think compassionately, our hearts can open, our hands can become giving hands, like so many of your hands. And here's another secret to the so-deemed happiest man in the world, why he's so happy. Recent scientific studies, I just noticed that, recent scientific studies have found that acts of compassion can activate reward centers. Acts of compassion can activate reward centers in your brain. The same reward centers that light up when we enjoy a fantastic dessert or heard some beautiful piece of news. That same center lights up when we do some action of compassion, and even when we see other people doing actions of compassion. We're not even involved, but we're just watching. Those same centers light up. What fires together wires together. In other words, brain scans are telling us that nature has biologically wired us and fueled us to feel good when we do good and think good. For many, these findings are diametrically opposed to former assumptions that humanity is intrinsically, as a species, greedy and aggressive. Yes, we all know, since we marched yesterday, such negative traits do exist, to the detriment of lives, society, and hearts. But As former monk Jack Cornfield said, the heart is like a garden. It can grow in compassion, it can grow in fear, it can grow in resentment, it can grow in love. What seeds will you plant there? He asked. The seeds we plant in our gardens of our hearts and minds are our seeds to select. They are our seeds to water, our seeds to nurture. And this reminds me, since I'm glad we have a kid here today, of a kid's story that I used to love when I was a kid, and I still love as a big kid. In the 70s, I had a LP, a record of Native American stories. And I played this over and over and over again. Maybe you've heard this one too. I actually saw it on our administrator Linda's wall. But no matter how many times I hear it, I always get something out of it. It brings a little tinkle to my heart. So may I share it with you today? Do I have your permission to share it? Okay, thank you. Okay, so the story is of a little boy like you, who dreamed strong and powerful dreams. So powerful were these little boys' dreams that they seemed real. One night, he was asleep, and all of a sudden, he had a vivid dream of two wolves. The first was huge, imposing, and vicious. And when this big, imposing, vicious wolf saw the little boy, he took off. He bared his fangs. He chased after the little boy, and the little boy was running. And the wolves kept on coming after him, and he was scared in his dream. In his dream, he was so scared as the wolf is running after him, howling these terrible howls. And when he felt like he couldn't go anymore, something came out of the bush, a bigger wolf, a golden wolf, 3 times the size of that nasty old wolf who was chasing that young boy. 3 times the size, and that nasty wolf looked at the golden wolf and took off. And the little boy was safe. He was out of breath in his dream at that point. He was still scared. He didn't know what this golden wolf was until it came up to him, licked him on his little boy nose, made him feel comforted, rolled over on its beautiful golden belly so the little boy could rest his head on that belly and feel nurtured and loved. And then he woke up. He woke up and he called to his grandpa, "Grandpa, come, I just had such a dream." And his grandfather came running. "I know, I heard you screaming. What happened? I'm here for you, my son. I'm here for you." And so the little boy told him the dream and said, "Grandpa, what does it mean? What does it mean? Tell me about this, the meaning of this dream that seems so real to me." And what his grandfather said was, both wolves live within your heart. They live within all of our hearts. One wolf is angry, uncaring, hurtful, self-absorbed, selfish, even dangerous to others, like the one that ran after you. But the other wolf is kind, is compassionate, giving, peaceful, and nurturing. "So, my son," he said, "whatever wolf becomes the largest will easily defeat the other wolf, like that golden wolf did." And the little boy said, well, how does a wolf wind up getting bigger like that? How does one wolf take control like that? And the grandfather said, "My son, it depends on which wolf you feed. It depends on which wolf you feed." Yeah. We can decide which wolf to feed. So returning to science, researchers are learning that our minds are malleable, like being a child on a beach. You know, you play with the sand on the beach. And like a child, little fingers can make a little moat to take the water from the lake or the ocean and do what she wills. Maybe surround her sandcastle, make a little river, whatever she wants. She can make whatever she wants by channeling that water with her finger. And so practices like selfless giving, meditation on compassion are like those fingers of that child. They slowly sift the sands of our minds, directing our water-like thought currents to purity, goodness, kindness, enabling us to develop spiritually, to do more good for others, and even become healthier. And I know not all of us here are meditators, and that's okay. But there is an easy technique that we can all do. It's something I'll teach you in just a minute. I call it metta in action. We can do this wherever we might be. Metta in action. What is metta? Metta is a Pali word for compassion. Pali is the language that the Buddha spoke. So metta, compassion in action. And I find this practice, when done regularly, this easy practice, can deepen our own inner thought patterns, like that little child with her finger in the water, channeling that water. And I like to do this practice wherever I might be. Sometimes when I'm in traffic, stuck in a jam, or at a restaurant, or just waiting for someone, I do this practice because it's so lovely and easy. And here's how it works. Here's how it works. I just pick out a person. I just pick out a person and send them my loving wishes. And send them my loving wishes. As a man walks by, for example, I might think, may you be happy. May you be at peace. May every day be at ease. And I'll think it again. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May every day be at ease. I don't know this person. Maybe I do. Or if the person looks really distraught, I might think something like, may you be held in compassion. May your pain and sorrow be eased. May your heart be at peace. So simple, so beautiful. You can do it anywhere. So let's try to do it now for a moment. You don't even need to sit up straight. Just be comfortable. This isn't a practice that needs a special meditative pose. It's just be comfortable. You can even sway a little bit to find that comfort place. And now I invite you to look around you in wide focus. Just look around you, taking in the room and each other in the room. No need to catch anyone's eye. And as you're looking around, just subtly identify one person who's sitting here. One person. Perhaps someone you don't know too well, or someone you do. To send love to. Now, as it feels comfortable, I invite you to soften your gaze or slowly close your eyes and be at ease. Go ahead and let your muscles loosen a little bit more. Let your body be at ease. Let your front grow soft. We hold so much tension in our front. Let your belly go soft. Your face go soft. You might even want to smile again, feeling that smile rise from your corners of your mouth to the inside of your mouth, to the corners of your eyes. Now slowly, silently, recall the person you identified, bringing that person to your mind's eye. I welcome you to think of that one being gently, gently in compassion. You might want to put your hand to your heart or your hands to your heart with love as I invite you to slowly, silently or whispering, send that person your loving wishes, such as, may you be happy, may you be at peace, may you journey through your life with ease. And send your wishes, whatever they might be, it could be your own, for a minute. If you feel tension, just let it go. Let yourself sink in more. May you be happy. Now think of someone else in this room, perhaps. And think again. Seeing them in your mind's eye or not. May you be happy. Smiling. May you be at peace. May you journey through your life with ease. Now I invite you to just rub your hands together gently and place them over your eyes, to let your eyes be soothed. And gently open your eyes, and you can just have that wide open view again. And I invite you to again stand up now. Stand up. Stand up. And look behind you or next to you. Take in this whole room. Take in this whole room. Now, having taken in the room and all the beautiful faces, hold your hands to your heart. Smile a little. I invite you to send your love. Everyone in this room embraced by you. Everyone in this room embracing you. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you journey through your life with ease. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you journey through your life with ease. You can take a breath if you'd like and drop your arms. Feed your wolf wisely, my friends. Feed your wolf wisely. Blessings to you. And in this peaceful moment, let us continue to stand as we sing again, and let us feel it. This song, may you be filled with loving kindness.
For our chalice extinguishing, these words come from the UU religious educator Amanda Alice Uluhan, who writes, "Together, we have enjoyed the warmth and beauty of stories of this flame and of this special community. As our chalice flame is extinguished this morning, we can still remember that its glow is carried within us. We can use our inner lights and this flame to kindle new sparks throughout our lives and in the world. May the spirit of peace and togetherness bless your lives."
Said Rumi, "Go and be kind, for time is aware of kindness, and time will not take kindness away from the kind. Material things outlast everyone and will outlast you, but better for you is that kindness will outlast you," said the poet. And so I pray, may kindness surround you. May kindness permeate you. May you be permeated with kindness. And in turn, may you be a peacemaker for our beautiful world. Go in peace. Let this day be beautiful for all. And with that I say, Hari Om Tat Sat, Shalom, Salam, Ashe, Amen.